Hey, what is up? Eric bringing you episode 2 of my interview series, and this time I have another turret that's on the Xbox side as opposed to the PS3 side. If you want to introduce yourself really quick, what's going on, man?
Hey guys, I'm Perfect otherwise known as Trio to everyone in the turrets, and I'm glad to be here doing this with Eric. I kind of demanded to do it. I didn't give him a
Well, it
choice.
doesn't matter. I would always have you on my interview series whether you wanted to or not, so you were going to be forced to anyway. Um,
Oh, fair enough.
so Trio, give us the story behind your gaming track. How did you become perfect in between?
Well, basically when I first got because my Xbox broke down and it's currently now being used for spare parts in back in England, and so I got a new 360 and I was creating a game attack and I didn't know what to choose, and then I just had the song from the Brotherhood multiplayer trailer stuck in my head, which was Perfect in Between by DJ Champion, and I was like, yeah, that would be a cool game tag. But so I put it in, it wouldn't let me do it. I did it again, but I took out all the spaces. It still wouldn't let me do it because it was too long. So I took out the I from in, and it wouldn't let me do it. So I was just like, bugger it, take out all the threes, take out all the E's and put threes in it, and then it let me have it.
So
So
after much tinkering, you became the
yes,
perfect in between that we
yeah,
see today.
it yeah,
Um,
basically.
so now that we know where you got your name from and what it's actually based off of, how did you find your way into the clan?
Um, well, I actually like, 'cause hang on, I've got to find the right words for this. Basically, I start like with the multiplayer side. It, after like a couple of months, like after I hit level 50, I just wasn't having any fun with it anymore because I had no one to play it with. So I took a massive break from it, and then all of a sudden, on my YouTube subscription, like videos popping up, I had one of the interviews from Esco Blades with Shemi 36, and then that just sparked my whole interest in the series again. And then from Shemu, I found Team 2012. Then I found Rainy from that, and then the turrets. So,
Very nice.
which I'm sure is how most how most people are finding the turrets nowadays.
Yeah, YouTube magic at its finest. Start at Esco and at
Yeah,
Happy Turrets.
yeah,
But you know that we're a clan that plays many games, but we officially started based on the
yeah,
Assassin's Creed games. So, what would be your favorite
indeed.
part of the Assassin's Creed series trio?
Ah, oh, I'm a sucker for story, so yeah, it's got to be story. Yeah, I'm wanting to be an author myself, and the depth that they and the detail that they put into a series like this is absolutely incredible. Um, In fact, they've taken real life events and molded it into their own universes. Really quite astonishing. Um, Obviously, the same. Well, this is my opinion and the opinion of many others. The same can't be said for Revelation's story, um, because from what I've seen, it planned to be a DS game, so that's why it felt short. I mean, I think it was, yeah,
I
but
don't
yeah,
know. I just feel
story,
like the arc for Ezio was maybe a little bit too long.
yeah.
Because
I reckon they could have basically summed up Revelations in like in a DLC for Brotherhood.
yeah, which would have been nice, but I really enjoyed
Like,
Constantinople's
because
though.
for me, like the best part of Revelations was the ending when he just basically said, "I am done with this.
I don't know.
I've had enough of the shit. I'm
I don't
going
know.
home."
Pretty beastie Ezio removing all the items and talking straight to Desmond was
Yeah,
pretty badass. I'm not gonna lie. Um,
yeah. I reckon they could have um, saved that for a DLC for Brotherhood. Maybe. I mean, it'd be a pretty big DLC, but yeah.
yeah,
No, my favorite of the games is definitely AC2.
I think for a lot of us, AC2 is probably the best. Just the jump in
Yeah,
significance from Assassin's Creed 1, the
yeah,
change in the missions, adding the double blade, the Da Vinci, the new time
yeah.
period.
For for me, I'd compare AC 1 and 2 to Mass Effect 1 and 2
That's a very good comparison. Just the entire
because
jump.
like just yeah, the huge like improvement they made from the first to the second was just
Hmm.
incredible.
Yeah,
So
we know.
that's why I compare
Yeah,
the
now
two.
we know that you're a gamer. We know that you're hugely involved in the story. I know that you have great literary skills. I demand a first edition copy when your book is written.
That's right. You're
I
already
am
on the
on
list
that
to get
list.
one.
But what are your
Signed and personally delivered for our conqueror of Europe.
what is your hobbies outside of gaming though, Trio?
Um, well, I'm a huge football or soccer fan, so there's quite a bit of that going on. Both my dad and I are, being European and all. Um, yeah, so I'm a huge soccer fan.
Who do you support, Trio?
I support Manchester United.
Oh, man, you.
Yeah, yep, indeed.
Uh,
And being half Portuguese, my Portuguese team is FC
yeah, I know you're
Porto.
Porto. I'm a Benfica boy myself. So we,
Yeah, I mean, if there were a showdown between like Benfica and Porto, I'd have to go with Porto just because Dad and I like to be different from the rest of the Portuguese side of the family. So
yeah, not a problem though, man. For
yeah,
all you
yeah,
guys who don't know, Trio's actually a pretty beastie soccer ref in his own right. So, not only can he play, he also officiates the game. Um,
yeah. So I know what I no, so I know what I'm talking about. I mainly just go on the line, be a linesman
yeah.
there. And if there's one law in that law book that I know inside out, it's offside. And the amount of arguments I get into with grown men thinking they know what it is, it's hilarious.
Yeah, but now that we have that, bro, so we know you're also a great football player. What was something that you would like to see other games incorporate that the Assassin's Creed universe has?
Um, well, from what we've seen and basically know, they've added co-op, so I can't say that. I know just in terms of changing, and I spoke about this earlier with someone else. The whole detection meter thing. If we're going based purely on multiplayer, I I spoke to a friend of mine who was like, I get what they were doing with reverse detection meter in ACR, but if they could maybe tweak it so it depends on your profile at the time you get your contract.
Well, what I like to see is that unless you've been like spotted, there should be no reason that I should be at the lowest level of detection. Um, as an
Yeah,
assassin, the entire idea is to try to sneak up and see your persona. At this point in the game, everyone's running just because you already know you're starting at the screen. You have to build it up already, so it kind of defeats the stealth
mm,
aspect of the game. And,
yeah. I get what they were coming
yeah.
up with, like building
Mhm.
it up, but if you're in low profile when you get your contract, like you start at silent and build it up to incognito, and if you're in high profile, it starts at
Mhm.
discreet. And that's just an idea I had. There was another one with like the stun range because it's
Yeah.
ridiculous at the moment.
Um,
Having that depend on, and this isn't my idea. My idea. I read this on the UB forums. But get that stun range, and like that would depend on your pursuer's detections. Like if it was incognito, it'd be like tiny.
which makes sense. If you don't know who the person is after you, you shouldn't be able to spot them out from 20 feet where they can't reach you.
Yeah,
Um, eh,
yeah, and on the off chance they might get a contested, because I'm sick of like wasting that time building up to incognito just to get contested.
yeah.
So
And this, what we were actually discussing kind of piggybacks into our next question. What is the one major thing that you'd like to see change, and hope to get better in the multiplayer for Assassin's Creed 3?
well, I spoke about those two, but there was one other thing, and that's a counter for the gun. Although not a counter as such, like an ability, but like a point counter. So, and I've spoken to Dralite about this, and he liked the idea from what I could gather. It's like because of the taunting, and if escort comes back, which I hope it does, because that's my favorite team mode. If escort comes back, because you need the gun for that. I mean, there's no two ways about it. But if like someone locks onto you on with the gun, you just turn around and taunt them and get a point bonus for it, called Defiant. I've ever since the inclusion of taunting, because there's no use for taunting apart from pissing people off. But ever since the inclusion of taunting, I was like, yes, maybe we get a counter for the gun, and then they never included it.
I just wish,
So yes, I'd like a Defiant bonus
I just wish that the
for
gun
the
had a
gun.
defensive capability as well. Just start shooting people in the knees to kind of
Yeah.
reduce their speed for chasing you.
Who needs arrows in the knees? I shoot. I used to be a runner on a roof like you, but then I took a gunshot to the knee. I mean, it's currently throwing knife in the knee, but
Yeah.
you can recover rather swiftly after that.
Yeah. So, piggybacking into that, what is one thing that you would like to change or kind of add to increase the activity of our clan?
Oh, I haven't been with the turrets long enough, or nor did I go through the usual processes to get to really make. I'm not sure. Although I have found that because we're like probably the biggest clan out there, and people just want to. I mean, I'm being a bit hypocritical here, but at least I'm reasonably active. But like you get all these. I don't want to call them randoms, but that's what they are. Like, randoms coming in and just like doing nothing, like just signing up to the HT chat and just to say that they are part of the Happy Turrets. Because yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I'm probably the wrong person to ask about that. But
Now the problem, I always ask the
yeah,
question just because you'd like to see different
yeah,
people trying to see what would be the one thing that they would like to do. Patch was going back to testing, and I don't know. For me, the one thing I might like to see more is just more organized events from people that aren't the clan leaders. Just having other people take
yeah.
initiative and try to see if they can get something started without having
I
to do
would
that.
do that, except my internet
We
is
don't want to even
terrible.
go into that in this conversation.
Yeah.
Trio's router
That's a
officially,
whole
yeah,
nother
that's a
interview.
whole nother podcast. That's just Trio's router's derpiness against everyone and their mom.
Yeah.
But on top of that,
Yeah.
Trio, we do love the Assassin's Creed series. But what games are you looking forward to, man?
Well, there's AC3, obviously. I don't know. I haven't really looked into like games that much because I'm saving to go to Canada. So
Ooh.
I was, yeah. So um, yeah, AC3. I haven't really thought about it, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
Yeah.
Trio has one thing set in his sights, and that's the newest Assassin's Creed coming out in October.
Yeah.
Alrighty, man. So before we get out of here, though, let's get you with some quick fires, though. Your favorite
Go ahead.
persona for Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and Revelation.
Harlequin and Jester,
Harlequin.
clown demons all the way.
So we know that Trios likes to troll as a clown demon. Um,
Yep.
one place that you would like to travel if you got to choose, the one place you'd like to go.
I've got too many plans. I have too many favorite spots, but if it's somewhere I haven't been before, it would be Italy. I mean, I've been to it like kind of Italy before, but that was like the Swiss-Italian border, so that doesn't really count. But yeah,
So we
Italy.
have Italy. Any specific part of
Um,
Italy, or do you just want to visit the entire country?
the entire
All
country.
right.
I need to use my Italian for something.
Yeah, speaking into that,
I've got
that's my next quick fire. I know you're a man of many languages. What is the one that you like to get better at?
one I'd like to get probably Italian because I can practice French because my mum and aunt both speak French, so
You want
Italian.
to say something French to the viewers really quickly, Trio?
Il pleut comme une vache qui
Oh,
pisse.
very nice. And in English?
It's raining like a pissing cow. It's been raining today here, so
And the last question for you. We know that you're also a huge Mass Effect fan. For those of you who don't know, Trio also uploads on YouTube, so he has plenty of Assassin's Creed content and some great ME3 commentaries as well. If you can separate your friends into Mass Effect classes and different species, what would they be?
all right. Well, Laddie would obviously be a Krogan. Um, I think that oh, you would probably be a
Yes, sir.
Solarian.
I am the very model of a scientist, Hilarion.
Indeed. Drowite, I think, would probably be a Drell, just because he's got that sort of laid back air to him. Although I don't think I could imagine him as like really religious. Uh, myself, I'd like to think I was either a Drell or a Turian, but I'm probably closer to a Quarian, just because I get sick a lot. um, Kira. I know, I think Kira would be a Quarian with me. Although I'm not sure how Laddie would take that. um, yeah,
that that's
that's
pretty good though,
that's the
man.
people I mainly play with. Yeah. Oh, and Caddy, I just leave as a human because he doesn't play the game enough.
Sorry, Caddy, you don't get to be a class. You get to be a dude.
No, you just get to be yourself.
No, but thank you, Trio, for coming out.
You get to sit. You get to sit there in the soldier class.
So once again, man, just want to thank you for spending some time actually sitting here and doing the interview with me. Learned some interesting stuff
Oh,
about you, man. And I know it's been hard, especially with the time zone lag, trying to get everybody together to do
yeah,
the interviews together. But it's always a pleasure, Trio.
yeah, it is indeed, Eric.
Alrighty.
I've been.
Gonna hopefully have some links for Trio's YouTube channel in the description below. Remember, comment, rate, subscribe. Likes are always appreciated, and hopefully we'll have another episode up soon. Have a great evening, everyone. Take care.
See ya.